Hello. Yep. I am not going to lie. Yep. This afternoon has been very interesting. Hopefully, this is working. Hopefully, this is what I want to record right now, live in YouTube. We'll see what happens. But I'm going to play some music and we'll go from there. Yep. Oh, look, you can even cry. Oh, now, what is that? What is happening? Why is this making noise? I don't know what is happening. Let it go. Over it. You may or may not actually hear this music in the background. I don't know. I give up. I don't know what's happening. I'll be honest with you. Let's see what happens because yeah. I'm done. I really don't know why. You may actually right now not hear anything, or you may actually hear the intro play again. I really don't know, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Yep. Look, now, what is happening? Why is it doing it? Okay. I don't know. Oh, now I just worked it out. It's on a fucking loop. That's why. Let me have a sip of my Monster. Yep. Thanks, StreamYard, because if you press loop, it actually applies loop to everything you use as music. Thank you. Anyway, just note to self. Hi. My name's Amanda. This is the Tequila Hour. I am trying my best. You might say that I might be slightly stressed. I kind of am. I am trying my very best to record this via YouTube. You know, at this point, I'm like, this is it. If you watch this, hi. If you don't, that's fine as well. For me, my podcast is about the listeners who listen to this just audibly. I am stretching myself to do this via YouTube as well, so you can actually watch this live. Mate, I've had an afternoon, but that's okay. It is what it is. So I'll introduce myself. I'll get there eventually. Hi. My name's Amanda. This is the Tequila Hour. It is 5:31 p.m. Sunday, the 11th of don't know what day it is. The 11th of February, and I really just want to talk about a subject that for me, let me just recenter because yeah, it's been a lot. Let me recenter for a second. I want to talk about a subject that really it blows my mind. I'm not going to lie. It's for me, if you've been, what am I trying to lead into? If you have been living under a massive rock, Ayers Rock, for an example, then I could say to you, Gemini, I could say to you binaural sound. I could say to you quantum entanglement. As subjects, if you are a nerd like myself, hey, then it is something that I implore you to discover. I implore you to learn more about. I implore you to look at many resources to then have a greater understanding how these ideas or theoretical now doesn't sound right. Yes, is it? How these ideas may apply to you in real life, in your life, and how they might apply and enhance your life moving forward. So, the subject matter of today, I'm just going to do a quick admin check. I'm going to make sure yes, I am recording live in live stream. I am recording in, what do you call it? There's Amanda. I am recording live right now via StreamYard. Thank you, StreamYard. I do pay for your service, so I don't know why I'm thanking you. But I use StreamYard for my live YouTube recordings. I also want to thank Buzzsprout, who is the platform that I use to actually upload all my podcasts via my favorite streaming platforms, which is including Spotify, which is actually my favorite. And I also want to give a shout out to Epidemic Sounds, and I will include them in a video in a second. So in the background, you might hear an actual sound. I'm actually wondering, once I actually, why am I saying actually? When I watch this back, what this sounds like, I don't know. It could be shit. It could be awesome. So we'll see what happens with that. And I'm also saying to you right now that the subject matter of today is something that actually truly fascinates me. I'm going to say to you outright, before I just, what was I doing? Do I have AH, whatever that is? I don't know, probably do. I just want to make sure everything's okay before I move forward. So I'm live. It's recording. It's recording in Audacity. You don't need to know this. It's recording in Audacity. My microphone's not muted. Me. What else is happening? I am live. Let's see what happens with this. It could be a bucket of shit. It could be a bucket of awesomeness. Let's see what mate, I don't know. I'm not new to podcasting. What I am new to is actually recording this live on YouTube, simultaneously recording this in a platform that then I can upload into my streaming platforms, be that Spotify. Hello, Spotify. May that be Google, may that be Apple Podcasts, may that be all the streaming platforms that I audibly used. I am, probably don't care, but I'm actually pushing myself here to do this via YouTube as well because I really want to give this a shot. And, it may be shit. It may be awesome. So, I don't know what I'm saying. Let's see what happens. So, I'm going to say to you right now that if I was to look at what's happening in my StreamYard, if I was to then say to you that they can hear you, you would be like, Amanda, what are you talking about? Let's go back to some admin. Number one, if you're watching this via YouTube right now, I will tell you the drink of the day. I will tell you the time of the day, and then we'll move on. The drink of the day, which will also be in the description box for those who give a shit, is Smirnoff. You can actually see this here. Oh, Smirnoff, double black vodka. No sugar. Get into it. Also, being very direct, Monster. I don't know what the flavor. Zero Altar. I'm feeling it. I'm into it. Yep. I can see. I love it. Get into it. Drink it. No, I'm not sponsored by Monster nor Smirnoff, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. May I also add that I am sponsored by Epidemic Sound, and I actually want to quickly play a quick video because they support me to do what I want to do with my videos moving forward, and we'll go from there. Short break, wait me a second. Interrupting this important podcast to let you know about the sponsor of today's podcast being Epidemic Sound. So I use them for all my music and sound effects that I have then uploaded into my Rode Procaster 2, shout out Rode. And if you didn't know, Epidemic Sound is a platform that you can use to access all your royalty-free music that you can then use on your recordings, may that be via YouTube, may that be via your podcast like this today. So I highly recommend them. Check them out using my 7-day free trial link. I'll add that in the description box. Highly recommend and love to see what you think about it as well. Catch ya. Bye. And I'm back. Hopefully I wasn't muted because I may or may have not been at the start of this video, and I'm beyond that, to be honest. If I was or if I wasn't. Let's talk about what the subject of this YouTube video is today, and I can hear the music in the background. I'm going to actually see that it's not too loud because, like, to me, I can hear it really loudly. I'm just going to see if I can actually reduce the sound because it sounds really loud. I don't know. I'm going to have to see what it sounds like once I watch this back. I don't know. But I'm actually playing some music in the background. I'm going to be playing that throughout this whole entire video. I'd love your feedback on what you actually hear, and we'll go from there. But anyway, this subject of... I'll get into it. Oh, should I do some admin? Maybe. I don't know. Now I lost my train of thought. Is it the sound? It could be. Anyway. The subject for today, I'm going to actually stop it. You could be distracting me. The subject matter for today is subliminal frequency decoding digital mind control. Apparently, the binaural sounds that I'm using is controlling my mind because I can't get this shit right this afternoon. So, yep. There's that. It doesn't matter. What I'm trying to get into is I want to talk about the subject of, I'm going to break it down for you. Binaural sounds, I'm talking about alpha, beta, theta, gamma, wavelengths. I'll stop there. For anyone who's watching this via YouTube, you would see visually what I'm talking about. If you're listening to this via Spotify, you'd be like, what the fuck? Just hang in there for a second, please. I'm also wanting to relate this topic today in reference to quantum entanglement, a subject that, if you know me, very interesting, very complicated, very complex, but I think could be intertwined right... Sorry, I'm distracted by a person who's walking past. Shit. By my house. And finally, I want to tie these two concepts concepts, I'll spit it out, concepts together because I truly am wondering right now, I'm being honest, is this happening right now? And you might be like, Amanda, what the fuck are you talking about? What I'm talking about is, are applications such as Instagram, Facebook, Google using binaural sounds that you cannot detect that are then prompting to you to use particular platforms, applications, purchasing, yada, 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 without your knowledge? I don't know. I'm putting it out. I'm putting it out into the universe. I'm putting it out there because this could be happening right now. And I'm also putting it out into the universe because this could be happening in the future. I was going to say May. I am going to, fuck it. I'm putting it out there live right now. I am going to create a platform, a video that harnesses the use of particular binaural music in the background to then prompt you to want to use a particular application moving forward. And you'd be like, Amanda, you're full of shit. I tell you right now, this shit is real. It could be happening already. This blows my mind. I want to explore this more with you. I want to talk about this in reference to quantum entanglement, which is a subject that actually truly blows my mind. And let's wrap it all up in the end. Let me do a little bit of admin while I'm at it. Number one, I am Amanda. This is the Tequila Hour. Number two, the drinks of the day are have been Smirnoff. Yeah, I'm going to Smirnoff vodka, double black, sugar free. Number two, Monster, zero sugar, Ultra, great flavor. Get into it. Three, I'm also drinking water. I'm going to have a sip of my drink because I've actually drunk too much. Water. Refreshing. You should drink more. And four, let's just get Let's just get into the subject of the day. So, being the person I am, I actually, and I will talk about this later because it's a little bit of an experiment for me. So, I'm going to talk about what I have right now and what I have moving forward. I'm going to talk about the premise of this video today and what I want to talk about. I want to talk about, and I'm going to read it. Okay. We are diving into the shadowy corner of technology, and it is shadowy. Is it possible for seemingly harmless internet applications to tap into our minds? Is it? Can the unseen forces of sound and perhaps even quantum physics be used to manipulate our decisions subtly, subtly, as in subtly? I'll get there. Controlling our controlling our behaviors. Get ready because what I'm about to discuss, and yes, I'm discussing it, might change how you use your smartphone forever. Okay, I want to talk about electrical frequencies. Okay, number one. I want to talk about the concept of brainwave states. I want to talk about delta, theta, alpha, beta, or beta, gamma, which is linked to different thoughts of pattern in the concept of sleep, and in the concept of trance states. Okay. I want to start there because I am someone who does meditate. I feel like I'm shouting, so I'm sorry if I am. Just going to have a quick sip of my drink. Drink break. I'm not shouting. I'm excited. I just want to get into it because I feel like I've done this multiple times today. I want to talk about what I just mentioned in regards to alpha, beta, theta, gamma waves. Okay. I want to break that down and then I'm going to lead into further discussions in reference to quantum entanglement. And then I'm going to circle selectic. Is that the word? Selectic? I don't know. I'm going to bring it all together as to what I want to discuss and we'll go from there. So I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't know, I'm actually playing a deep state beta sound in the background right now. It could be the sound that's fucking me up. I'm not going to lie. It could be something that's right now I'm struggling to create my words because I've got this in the background. Maybe I should play this. I'm playing alpha. You'd be like, Amanda, what are you talking about? Let's talk about it. I'm going to actually lower this because I can hear it more than you probably can hear it. Okay, and that could be fucking me up. I am playing an actual level of music in the background. Excuse me. And I'm actually then going to go to binaural sound. Okay. Now I just burped on YouTube. Whatever. Anyway. I'm having a shocker, eh? I'm gonna pause it because I can't concentrate. You know, I want to play it in the background. I'm really determined to play it in the background, but at the same time, it's really loud and it's really affecting me. I don't know why. I must be I must be hypersensitive. Probably because I'm drunk. Probably because I'm very hypersensitive to this actual sound right now. I'm going to put that at 5. Binaural sounds, I'll explain what the sound is in a second. I should stop this. And then I'm going to talk about this moving forward. So, binaural sound. Binaural as in B-I-N. I'm going to spell it out for you. I want to talk about beta waves, okay? I want to talk about alpha, beta, theta, gamma. In particular, I want to talk about beta or beta as in B-E-T-A. I want to talk about binaural beats. I want to then progress into the other subject matter of today, which is quantum entanglement. Yeah. I'm going to have a sip of my drink. Drink break. We'll go from there. Yes, this could be a shit show. I actually don't care anymore. I'm over it. I'm going for it. And we'll see what happens. What are binaural beats? Okay, I'm going to explain this to you. I did a quick Google search. I'm going to read this verbatim. What are binaural beats? A binaural beat is an illusion created by the brain when you listen to two tones with slightly different frequencies at the same time. Your brain and binaural beats. Your brain interprets the two tones as a beat of its own. The two tones align with your brain waves to produce a beat with a different frequency. This frequency is the difference in hertz, as in H, capital H, Z, small z, between the frequencies of the two tones. For example, if you were listening to a 440 hertz, as in hertz tone with your left ear and a 444 Hertz tone with your right ear, you would be hearing a 4 Hertz tone. When you listen to binaural beats, your brain activity matches to the frequency set by the frequency of the beat. This is called the frequency following effect. This means, and I really want to point this out, this means you can use binaural beats to entrain your mind to reach a certain mental state. I want to talk about this today because this leads me into a subject that I've recorded a podcast which will come out in the next week about AI. This leads into sound and wavelengths that, without your knowledge, could manifest a reaction, a want, a need to, I don't know. Without your knowledge, this is what I'm saying, without your knowledge, Google could be right now, I'm not saying they are, because this is all hypothesized. I'm going to be very clear. This is a disclaimer. I'm going to say this right now before, so I don't get into trouble. This is a disclaimer. These are my opinions. Okay. This could be happening right now. What I'm saying to you, this could happen right now and in the future moving forward. I reference the ever fast encroachment and ever changing evolution of AI. I also reference AI in the sense of Brave New World. I reference Brave New World, the fictional novel by Aldous Huxley. All right? I'm just being very direct now. I want to talk about the fact that it could be very well in place without your knowledge. I hope it's not. I don't know, actually, and this is just my opinion, and this is theorized, and it could be full of shit, but it could be something that happens in the future. When I say to you that a certain wavelength of sound could be played in the background of a Google application, of a website where you buy certain items, if I was to say to you that there could be in the background a binaural sound that you do not know of, but is played where your brain hears that sound, then just stick with me. It hears that sound because it can't not hear it, okay? And it then, without your knowledge, forces you to want to buy certain items from said merchant because that merchant has paid for the ability to use this binaural sound in the background. Mate, I'm saying to you, yeah, you'd be like, Amanda, you're fucking full of shit. I'm saying to you right now, this could be happening right now. I don't know. I am theorizing that this could be happening. I don't know. I'm getting sorry. It could be happening right now. I'm saying to you, this could happen in the future. Why wouldn't it be logical if I, as an example, and this is all, I'm just going to say this is disclaimer, okay? As a disclaimer, this is my opinion. I am theorizing. This is just an idea. This is not truth. If I was to say to you, Google, as a company, I might be banned because Google I'm on YouTube, which is Google. Okay. If I was to say to you that Google wants to direct you to then buy from a particular merchant, let's say that merchant was, I don't know, the Selfridges has come to mind, completely separate. Let's say Selfridges, as in a company that has a presence in the UK, in London, all right, they're a store. Say they want to attract more people to buy products from their store, inevitably then spending money at their store, yada yada. If I was to say to you, suffrages, this is all hypothetical, okay? So just please keep this in mind. If I was to say to you, suffrages, as a company, pays Google, all right, for the ownership of using particular manipulative sound, binaural sound, to then enhance and highlight traffic towards particular usage of their website or particular purchasing of particular products, that if I was to say to you, I go onto the website and without my understanding, there's a sound in the background that then I'm compelled, because of the wavelength it provides, that creates a synapse or synapses, I don't know, there's a better way to describe it, into my brain that then forces me to buy just, I don't know, Galan lipstick, as an example. Could this happen? I'm saying to you, could this fucking happen? I'm saying to you right now that binaural, as in, I'll spell it because I feel like I'm struggling with how I'm spelling it. When I say to you binaural, as in BINAURAL beats, all right? For people who meditate, for people who don't just rely on YouTube as all and sundry, for people who are really, this is not a new concept. I'm going to bring it back a step. I'm going to step back. This is not a fucking new concept. The fact that we can use a particular wavelength to enhance or create a state of relaxation or meditation, it's well known. If you don't know this, then catch up. That's all I can say. Please catch up. If I was then to say to you, and this is, I'm going from that to this. If I was to say to you, a company could pay for a service to then use a particular binaural sound to then create a synapse in the brain to then force you to buy a particular product or products based on a Google search, is this out of the realm of reality? Is it? I don't think it actually is. This happening right now? I'm going to call it. I don't know. I'm going to have a sip of my drink because I'm getting too, like, I'm not going to say highlighted, but this drink break. I'm going to say to you, hopefully this video doesn't get banned. I'm going to say to you, is this a concept of reality that's happening? Am I just talking out of my ass? I could be. It could be because I'm drunk and be like, Amanda, you do not know what you're saying. I'm saying to you, and I implore you to understand and read into this subject, not just from what I'm saying and, verbal diarrhea, you could call it that, I'm saying to you right now, this is a concept that really could happen. It is a concept that could be in place right now. It is an idea and a theory that could be in place moving forward. As a merchant, is it, what's the word? Is it not logical? Is it okay? I'm simplifying. Is it ethical? That's the word I'm looking for. Thank you. Is it ethical, if I was Selfridges as an example, to use the concept of using certain waves such as alpha, beta, theta, gamma to attract people to purchase a particular item without their knowledge, or even advertising that I'm using this theory? Hence, then they are purchasing certain items because this is happening in the background. Or could I even say to you that it's an idea or a theory that could happen in the not so distant future because of the concept of AI, because of the concept of, let's be honest, most companies want you to buy their shit. Let's just break it down. Most people want you, if you're a company, I want you to purchase from me. Let's be honest, I will use anything that I can in my wheelhouse to allow that to happen. Can I say to you that the concept of using a certain wavelength to then attract you to a certain website, to attract you to then buy a particular item because I want to sell a shitload of that item, is that completely out of the realm of existence? I really question and really implore you to think about that. And then I want to talk about, because then you'd be like, Amanda, you're talking shit. I don't think I am. These are real concepts. Beta waves, in particular, in reference to meditation, they're real. People use this sound frequency right now to get themselves into a state of relaxation, to then, possess a certain level of meditation, may that then lead into, the first word that comes to mind, astral projection, may that lead into whatever. What I'm saying to you is these are not new concepts. What I'm challenging you is to say, is this something that could be happening right now? And is this something that could be entirely not used in the future? So I'm going to say to you right now, I'm going to explain a little bit about, or not me, I'm actually going to refer to beta waves and a little bit of explanation on what that is. And if you are someone who could be more highly attuned than other people, I'm going to say to you that in the background right now, I could or could not be playing a particular sound, and I could then explain to you what that is moving forward. So if I was just to go this, and then I'm going to go this, and I'm going to go this. There is a particular sound that's playing in the background. I'd love your feedback on this moving forward and what you think about it. So let's get into particular waves, particular frequencies, okay? I want to talk about, touched on binaural beats, I want to talk about beta waves. Okay? Beta waves or beta, as in BETA, waves or beta rhythm are a type of neural oscillations brainwave in the brain with a frequency range of between 12.5 and 30 Hz, as in HERTZ, 12.5 to 30 cycles per second. Beta waves can be split into 3 sections, and I'm actually going to just go back to my, stop that for a second because I think that's actually affecting me. Yeah, that's weird, but I think it actually is. I'm going to play that, and then I'm going to play this, and then I'm going to minimize this. I apologize if you're like, what the fuck? When I'm talking about beta waves, like I said, neural oscillations between a certain hertz, and then beta waves can be split into 3 sections. Low beta waves being 12.5 to 16 hertz, beta 1, beta waves 2, which is 16.5 to 20 hertz, and high beta waves being 20.5 to 28 hertz. Beta waves were discovered and named by the German psychiatrist Hans Berger, who invented electrophyllography, I may or may not have butchered that, as a method of recording electrical brain activity from the human scalp. Berger termed the large amplitude slowing frequency waves that appeared over the posterior or scalp when the subject's eye were closed, alpha waves. The smaller amplitude, faster frequency waves that replaced alpha waves when the subject opened their eyes were termed beta waves. Okay. Function: low amplitude beta waves with multiple and varying frequencies are often associated with busy, active, or anxious thinking and active concentration. Over the motor cortex, beta waves are associated with the muscle contractions that happen in isotonic movements. These are big words. And are suppressed prior to and during movement changes, with similar observations across fine and gross motor skills. Bursts of beta activity are associated with strengthening of the sensory feedback in static motor control and reduced when there is movement change. Beta activity is increased when movement has been resisted or voluntarily suppressed. The artificial induction of increased beta waves over the motor cortex, let me say that again. The artificial induction of increased beta waves over the motor cortex by a form of electrical stimulation called transcranial alternating current stimulation, consistent with its link to isotonic contraction, produces slowing of motor movements. Great, thank you. Investigation of reward feedback have revealed 2 distinctive beta components: a high beta, low gamma component, and low beta component. In associated with unexpected gains, the high beta component is more profound when received in an unexpected outcome. With a low probability, however, the low beta component is said to be related to the emission of gains when gains are expected. I can go into this more. I am very briefly summarizing what I'm trying to talk about here. I'm going to have a quick sip of my drink. Ideally, what I'm trying to say to you is it entirely unreasonable, and I'd love your feedback on this one. Is it entirely unreasonable to think that the concept of using a certain wavelength to manipulate people could be in place right now? Is it entirely unreasonable to think that this could be an application that could be encompassed in something like a Google platform, aka a search engine, where, let's be honest, most people don't look at most people do not look at the terms and conditions or privacy or security applications of something like Google, like Microsoft, like Instagram, like Meta, like which is Meta is Facebook and Instagram. I could go on. I would say to you, there is a shit ton. I'm going to repeat that. A shit ton of people who are not aware or don't give a shit about the level of data or access to data that's being used by these particular platforms. Okay, that's number one. These platforms can then manipulate people's consciousness to then drive them to purchase certain items. Is this real? Look, this is my opinion. This is, just as a disclaimer, this is my opinion. This may or may not happen right now. I could say to you, this could be happening right now, because is there any, and I don't know, I'm not a lawyer or a lawyer associated with the internet, which is, thinking about it out loud, is so vast. Is there particular lawyers or fields of knowledge that are just dealing with the implications of platforms such as Google, such as Meta, such as Twitter, such as, I could go on. What I'm trying to say to you is, I'm sounding like a bit of a nutter here. Could I propose that, if it's not already happening, that in the future, platforms such as Google could use a particular wavelength to then drive particular consumers to a certain place, in basic terms? Could it? I'm truly asking the question right now. And I also want to lead that into, because I did write a bit of a, what do you call it? A document around this as well. I also want to talk about, not only about delta, theta, alpha, beta, gamma, okay? In particular, we could talk about beta and binaural beats, okay, in reference to subliminal messaging. If I was to then go deeper and talk about quantum entanglement, now I'm going deeper and you'd be like, what the fuck? I'm going to say to you, no, I don't even want to just say to you, okay? I want to challenge you, for someone who is listening to this podcast, to someone who may or may not think this is all malarkey. Is that the word? Malarkey. No, it's not malarkey. It's the B. It's malarkey. I'm just going to have a sip of my drink. If I was going to say to you, I really implore everyone to think about this for a second, all right? Quantum entanglement. I suppose I would say to you, do you understand what quantum entanglement is? I think I've touched on this briefly. We can talk about this more in depth. I'm not a physicist, okay? I'm not a theorist in any way, okay? I'm just a fucking person who, I'm blown away by the concept of quantum entanglement. I kind of understand it. It blows me away because it's just a subject that is complex and multifaceted and can be applied now and can be applied or implied in the future. If I was to say to you about quantum entanglement, okay, and like I said, I'm going to say very clear disclaimer, this is highly theoretical, okay? This is my theory, all right? It's actually not mine. This is just, sorry, this is just a theory, okay? This is not science. This is not right now. This is not what's happening. Everyone agrees. This is just a theory. Let's be clear. If I was to say to you or theorize that entangled particles from our mobile phones could create a temporary link with our neurons, sending information we do not consciously sense. Please take that in for a second. If I was to say to you, entanglement link, all right, entanglement link, I don't know if I honestly don't know if this is even a thing, okay? I'm just putting it, right now I'm just like I'm blowing my mind, so this could be just me just making this shit up. Entanglement link, which could allow subtle micro impulses to nudge us towards the, sorry, I'm stuttering because it's really complex and it's really, it just really interests me, okay? If I was to say to you there's an entanglement link that could allow subtle micro impulses to nudge us towards a particular application, if I was to say to you as an example that Meta as an application could use the concept of entanglement or quantum entanglement to then, without, this is the thing, there's a privacy thing. That's another subject for another day, because let's be honest. If I was to say to you that if you are someone who uses Meta, as in META, which is associated with Facebook and Instagram, most people don't look, I don't know, I could be talking about out of my ass. Most people do not take the time to check their security and privacy settings, okay? If I was to say to you there's a setting integrated into another setting that we're completely unaware of, that without your knowledge, because let's be honest, companies as large as Meta, and again, this is my opinion, okay? I'm not saying this is what's happening. This is my opinion. If I was to put this out there where I say that a company has the ability to then, through quantum entanglement, I'm not laughing because this could happen, through a quantum entanglement, allow their users to be driven, okay, to a particular platform without their knowledge, then driven to purchase certain items through that driven platform, is that really out of our entire existence? Could I then propose to you, for someone like myself that, look, I can't write code, okay, but I can refer to platforms such as Gemini. I can refer to platforms such as GPT-4, where I can ask them to write particular coding. Can I realistically create a sequence of coding to then say to you, if I was to create a website, this is not, I haven't, I'm not that smart, but what I'm saying to you, can I create a website that then generates a certain sequence of traffic to my website that I've created in the background using the theory of quantum entanglement and binaural sound, where subconsciously you don't know why, but you feel compelled to then purchase a particular t-shirt off my website because I have been astute enough to then create a particular frequency and enhanced the use of quantum entanglement to draw you to my website to purchase hence t-shirt. I'm saying, is this look, is this something I can't speak. Is this something that could be happening right now? I propose to you as a consumer, I propose to you to as someone who most people are, let's be honest, they're consumed I'll just slow down. They're consumed by Facebook. They're consumed by Instagram. I'm not on TikTok. I will never be on TikTok. Can I say to you, even more, and I'm now thinking about it in my mind because there's Meta and there's TikTok, okay? Meta doesn't own TikTok. TikTok, and I could go into that on another day. Completely separate platform. Yeah, I'm not going to go into it. What I'm saying to you is I'm not on TikTok. There's my reasons why. What I'm saying to you, though, is it completely out of the realm of understanding? And now, it probably sound like a nutter, to be honest. Is it completely out of our realm of understanding that Meta, as one example, disclaimer, I'm not saying this is what's happening, but it could happen. It could happen right now. Through the use of binaural sound and through the application of quantum entanglement, traffic particular consumers to a particular product that they want to then highlight and sell. Look, if you are someone who watches this video, I'm going to be honest, most people probably won't even listen to this podcast. A lot of people might listen. There's a lot of people who probably don't even listen or watch this podcast and be like, Amanda, you're a fucking idiot. And you're talking out of your ass. I would challenge you to say this is not completely out of the realm of like present day, to be honest. This could happen right. I'm not talking out of, I am kind of theorizing, but I'm saying to you, this could happen. Okay. Right now, I'm theorizing that if I was to say to you that entangled particles from our phone could create a temporary link with our neurons sending information that we don't consciously sense. If I was to say this entanglement link could allow subtle micro impulses to nudge us towards the application and away from competing sites. If I was to say to you, theoretically, as a disclaimer, okay, this is highly theoretical, okay? Highly theoretical. This is my opinion. If I was to say to you that a particular site, through the use of the entanglement link, could generate movement of consumers from one site to another through the concept of not only entanglement, but through the concept of binaural sound, okay? It creates a pathway where I don't know, instead of me buying my sneakers from Adidas, that I buy my sneakers from Nike, because Nike have decided and paid a high premium to use these two components together to generate movement towards their website to purchase a particular, even to narrow down on, like, you know, a recent release. If I was to say to you, if I was to say I created I have a website. I don't have one right now. Let's say I generate a website. Let's say I want you to buy particular items from my website. Let's say I want you to buy my t-shirts that, from the Tequila Hour. It has pictures, yada, yada. You mightn't even be interested in that. If I was to say to you, through the use of entanglement links, through particular binaural sounds, if you actually click on my website without your knowledge, you are compelled through this subconsciously in the background to then purchase hence t-shirt. Is there any rules around that? Is there? I'm asking you right now. Is there any rules around that? And I would say to you, there's not. And how do you control or apply that? Because I literally I don't know. I haven't tried it, I'll be honest with you, but I could see, I could experiment. I'm putting it out there. Is there a particular wavelength that I can use, or sound wavelength that I can use with the concept of entanglement to generate traffic via the internet to my website to basically not even compel, but force consumers to buy a product that I'm wanting to sell without their knowledge? Is this happening right now? I'm going to say to you that right now, Google as a platform could be listening to this podcast and going, Amanda, you're full of shit. And you need to stop and need to shut up. I'm not going to lie. I'm fucking fascinated by this. These two ideas or theories, as in the use of certain wavelengths, as in beta, alpha, beta, gamma, theta, and the concept of entanglement combined, I'm saying to you, is this happening already? Now I'm like you said, like, I'm not trying to be a tin hat person and try to put theory into everyone. I'm saying, could this be something that could be happening right now? Could it be something that could happen in the future? Okay. I implore everyone, what is my reasoning about talking about this? This fully I can't even spit it out. This whole subject blows my mind. It's very interesting. Quantum entanglement, I do not understand in its entirety, and I want to understand it more. It is something that could literally be used via application right now if you believe in that theory. I challenge everyone. Now,
You'll need to unlock your iPhone first.
Look, Siri, calm down. Siri's like, stop it, Amanda. Shut up.
You'll need to unlock your iPhone first.
Yeah, I know. Thank you, Siri. She's talking at me. I'm going to say to you, she's warning me. They're listening. Yeah, X-Files. I'm saying to you, is this completely out of the realm of real consciousness right now? Look, you might watch this video or listen to this podcast and go, this bitch is drunk and she's struggling to create her words and she's talking out of her ass and she really doesn't know what it's saying. I'm not a theorist. I can't even say it. I'm not a scientist. I am not completely in its entirety quantum physicist. I'm not a physicist at all. I'm not someone who works for a particular platform. I have been very clear on this is a disclaimer. I do not know the full in-depth knowledge and capabilities of these subjects. I'm saying to you as just a person who's in Australia doing a podcast that these subjects blow my fucking mind. And I implore all of you who give a shit moving forward, because let's be honest, AI, and I'm tying this all together, and you'd be like, what are you doing? AI, entanglement, quantum entanglement, a little bit different to, certain wavelengths. They all could be applied together in a certain way. If you are someone who are interested in these topics, just look into it. Okay? I'm looking into it. I'm not an expert. I'm not in any way, shape, or form a quantum physicist. I'd like to be, but I'm not. So I'm really at the place where, I'm 51. I'm trying to learn these things. I want to talk about these things. I want to implore other people to talk about these conversations as well. Like I said, you might watch this video and think it's a lot of malarkey. I say to you, it might be, truly. But it is one of those things where it is a subject that truly does fascinate me to my very core. And I would love your feedback on this one. And yeah, let's see what happens. I may or may not get a response from this video. Who knows? And I don't care. I've talked about it and I've spoken my truth, what I know. I would encourage all to do their research and come up with their own opinions. And then I'd love you all to come back to me and let's have a discussion about it. Because in the end, these subjects or any type of subject around these, like, in particular, quantum entanglement, by my understanding, they're series, okay? They're not, and a lot of scientific, I know, not even explanations, but a lot of, it's not as easy as just saying, you write a paper and you're someone you're a physicist for 20 years and you create a theory and then that theory is set in stone. It's just a theory, okay? It is your theory. Yes, you've done the work to explain why you've come up with that theory. I'm now at the back end when I'm saying to you, I'm not a physicist at all, any shape, way, or form, but I am someone who is highly intrigued, wanting to know more, and willing to learn more about these particular important subjects, in my opinion. So I'm actually going to stop this video here because it, to me, it feels like I'm waffling a bit. And I have no idea what this is going to look like or what it's going to sound like, and I don't really care because, yeah, this is it for me. This is at my very core. Like I said, there's subjects I'm very passionate to talk about. Things like this drive me to have open conversations about my opinions and my ideas around this, like as in quantum entanglement in reference to binaural sounds, etc. The other and then leading into technology as a whole moving forward, and I reference Brave New World as a novel that for me just it's just something that, cyclically it just draws me to that place. Technology is one thing. If you know me and you know this podcast, I'm also very passionate about speaking your truth. I'm very passionate about learning and growing and just, being who you are. I'm very passionate about mental health. I'm very passionate about what that journey of mental health can be from, like, not only myself but for others. I'd also say to you that this podcast, I think I've in the description I talked about this podcast being like a personal journey for me, and talking about things that inspire me and create a spark and a level interest in me. It could be where I say to you that I don't know what these are going to look like moving forward. For me, doing this on YouTube is very uncomfortable, and I'm being very vulnerable in giving my opinions because I'm not a physicist, as an example, in any shape or form. But I'd like to say to you that because I'm not doesn't mean that I can't explore these topics and try and understand them and get to a point where I understand them more. So, yeah. If you are interested in any way, shape or form of, talking about this subject, about binaural beats, be that alpha, beta, gamma, theta waves, may that be discussing quantum entanglement, may that just be talking about just shit in general. I thank you to all of those who do take the time to listen to my podcast. I do truly appreciate it. From the bottom of my heart, actually, I do. And I say to you that you can contact me anytime via info@thetequilahour.com.au. I'll spit it out. I was going to say it one more time because it sounded like I was stuttering. My email address is info@thetequilahour.com.au. I do primarily use Instagram as the platform where I, promote this actual podcast, being the Tequila Hour. So my Instagram handle is the Tequila Hour. Obviously, if you're watching this via YouTube, I also am available via the Tequila Hour on YouTube. I also do have my other personal channels on YouTube and Instagram, being the _1_Amanda. Spit it out. Anyway, love you to listen. Love you just to, I don't know, put your bullshit aside and just, grab a drink, grab a snack, and just listen to my ideals and my theories. And I'd love to hear what your theories are, and let's create a conversation. And truly, that's all I can ask for, to be honest. So if you love what I'm putting down, follow me, like, subscribe. If you listen to this podcast via Spotify, love you to give it a 5-star rating on Apple. 5-star rating, that'd be great, because those platforms basically only acknowledge ratings like that to then progress any further. I'm going to be very clear as well. It's not about the level of followers I have, even though, you know, in an ideal world, I'd love to have, a shit ton of, could I be like Joe Rogan and just have a shit ton of followers and, people think I'm the shit and just listen to every podcast? Yeah, look, I'm not going to lie, that'd be great, but would it? I'm not that type of podcast and I'm not that type of person. I'm really just, for me, this podcast truly is really like a personal journal. It's about me attempting or wanting to create a personal relationship with like-minded people who think like I do and understand what I'm trying to say. And if that be just 10 people, may that be 100 people, may that be 1,000 people, then that's all I could ask for. So thank you. I really do want to acknowledge the people who do consistently listen and download my podcasts. I do see in the background who, I don't know who you are, but I can see that there's particular countries that, do consistently download my podcast, and I truly do appreciate it. Like I said, for me, doing this via YouTube is me putting myself out there and saying fuck it and seeing what that looks like, and yeah, just going for it. And I implore everyone to just go for your dreams, whatever that may be. But anyway, I'm thinking I'm going to leave it there. Thank you again, and literally I will catch you on the next one. See ya. Bye. The music will start in a second. I don't know what's doing it. Does one do? No? Maybe? No. No. Why isn't it playing? I don't know. Oh, well, here we go. So, okay, I'm going to start again. Can I do it again? Let's just start again, shall we? Another night at home, okay. I'ma just be on my way. You see, I'm not the one you take for granted, babe. I know that life can be busy, love, but you make time for the ones you love. It's only right, it's what I deserve. Love, tell me what you're doing for me, done for me, done for me, done for me. Lately, did your mind go on vacation, leaving your affection for me at home? Tell me what you're doing for me, done for me, done for me, done for me. Lately, where's your heart and your attention? Where's the kind of love that I used to know? Baby, so can you take me on a date? The simple things you do to make me stay. Now it's like you don't even try. I used to wonder why, but now I'm left with no more tears to cry. I know that life can be busy, love, but you make time for the ones you love.